Jordan Peterson is a part of the Matrix right now. He somehow, like he was, like he woke up for a second and then he came back in. I don't trust him. What are you really doing with what you have? How can you have so much information about the Bible and you can't realize that humanity is actually in great need of more love? Like, how stupid do you have to be, dude? I follow no man. What's up, everyone? It's America Plus. I'm your host, McCormick. It's another week, another episode. What's going on, everybody? It's Sunday, July 7th. It's 7:04 in the p.m. Happy to be here. Beautiful day to be alive. Folks, what is up, people? July. We just had July 4th, dude. July 4th of July. Happy 4th, everybody. It's America's month. It's America's month, America's week, America's day, dude. It's America's day. For this July 4th weekend, I wanted to do something that, you know, I think is just appropriate. I want to talk about a Canadian. For this July 4th, dude, we're talking about freedom. We're talking about what does it mean to be American? What does it mean to be masculine within the world, within the Western world? Okay, these are questions that come up a lot online, okay? And whenever July 4th comes around, there's always some bullshit girl talking about how America's racist, about how we really shouldn't be celebrating. They're going to put up some weird meme about the government, and then they're going to like somehow support the government when it comes time to vote. It makes no sense. There's these people who contradict themselves in how they believe. Okay? And there's people like this everywhere. And a person that I want to bring up and a narrative that I want to speak out against and hopefully speak life to is this narrative and guy of Jordan B. Peterson. Jordan Peterson. I need to talk about this guy. I need to talk about how he's completely lost the fucking plot of the entire game, dude. Jordan Peterson is no longer a guy that I follow, that I do anything from. I really don't consume his content anymore. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I overheard Kyron and Juan talk about it on the Mere Mortals podcast. It was like a brief thing. It was like a brief little like side thing that the two of them had. Pretty much, they just like both said that they stopped listening to Jordan Peterson. And right when they said that, I was like, yeah, you know what? Me either. I really don't. Like, I haven't. Like, and every time I do listen to him, it's always just like he might be interviewing someone interesting. And then when I'm watching this interview, it's like, oh my God, it is so insufferably intellectual. And like, it takes Jordan Peterson. Okay, so this is what I want to do. I need to go through my experience with JP, and then I needed to call out what's going on right now because, and this is also connected to what I saw on Twitter today. Oh my God, Jordan Peterson on Twitter. Like, this is not America Plus, what he's doing. Jordan B. Peterson. And this like, and just like this whole realm of like men talking to men or men talking about the end of society. Like, this is just ridiculous, dude. So I need to begin with like, you know, how everyone begins. Everyone began with Jordan Peterson in 2018 or 2017 when he went viral for not wanting to use all of Canada's 77 gender pronouns. Okay, he spoke out for free speech about this like trans thing, right? And he goes viral and he's on podcasts, he's on Rogan, he becomes super famous, and he starts talking to young men. And one of those young men was me. Okay, 2017, I'm literally 20 years old. And I'm about to move out, and I'm like, just like listening to this guy. And he's saying good things about cleaning up your room and having your shoulders back. And it's like actually setting a goal, you know, like the whole like 12 rules for life thing, like the original thing that he like put out. Like, that was like a really cool vibe. I saw Jordan Peterson speak live in 2018, January 2018. I went to downtown Los Angeles, which I never do. Why would you ever go to downtown Los Angeles? And I watched this old man speak about, I don't even remember what he talked about. Like, and that's why I think he's lost the plot, because I don't remember what the hell he was talking about when he originally started to get famous. And I know he was talking to men. I know he was talking about like the soul and your purpose in life and like the intellectual side of the Bible. And he's opening up people's minds. And then he goes through this period of silence. He's nowhere to be found. So many people revered him. People said they loved him. He changed people's lives. He saved men's lives. And then it's quiet for a long time, and then it's COVID, and so there's like an excuse to be quiet for a long time, and he's coming in and out of things. There's some videos popping up, but it's like really low quality, and then like he doesn't look too good. I mean, like he's always been old. And to just fast forward this part, he was sick. He was in the hospital. His wife was in the hospital. You know, COVID was a wild time for him. And he comes out of it. He comes out of COVID even more hyper political than ever. And he's pissed off about the vaccine. He's pissed off at Canada, where he lives. He's pissed off at the government. He's pissed off at the World Economic Forum. He's pissed off, and he's like talking about all these things. And it's just, and that's sort of where he's at. And then he signs over. Oh, and here's, I guess, like the topper, like the warm ending, or to whatever part of the story that we're in. He signs over to the Daily Wire. He's working for Ben Shapiro. Okay. And what has he been talking about since? So he was silent, and then he went really hyper political, really hyper against the COVID vaccine, which is like great. He's appealing to people's emotions to that. But he's not talking about how to live a proper life anymore. And I can't believe I have to say this, but he's literally just a fucking guy. Jordan Peterson is just a guy that maybe, dude, maybe we shouldn't listen to him anymore. You know, like that's what I'm saying. Maybe we shouldn't listen to anyone anymore. You know, I'm not going to try to be on here and try to tell you how to live your life, or try to tell you, like, I mean, I guess I do that. Like I'm trying to make a better world, but like, and I want healthier people. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm not going to act like I have the fucking answers. And I don't want to charge you. I'm not going to charge anyone for some self-development thing or I'm not going to try to be more intellectual than you. And I really feel like as this whole thing has gone forward, Jordan Peterson has wanted to be more intellectual than whatever villain he's chosen for the week. And that's really how I think this whole thing has gone on. And it doesn't make me happy at all. I'm on Twitter today, and I see his daughter, Michaela. I see him, and they're both like they're talking shit. They're speaking downward to this guy named Nick Fuentes. Okay. And I don't care about Nick Fuentes. This is all connected to like the political realm and religious conversations, conversations about centralized power, centralized locations of where values come from. And that somehow, you know, that's what Nick Fuentes is connected to. And Jordan Peterson is too, and so is Michaela Peterson. And they're both just like speaking downward to him. And it's like this whole fight on Twitter. And like Peterson is calling Fuentes a rat because of how Fuentes thinks. And Fuentes is like going back at him like, hey, thanks for calling me a rat. I thought you actually... just so weird, dude. Like Peterson's calling, like, and Fuentes is like younger than me. Fuentes is like 25 years old. I'm pretty sure he is. And so that means that you got Jordan B. Peterson calling some 25-year-old kid a rat because of his like religious and political beliefs. And it's just like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck, Peterson? Like, what are we doing here? 2018, you're telling me to clean up my room and be a better person, and now you're calling that same demographic that you originally spoke to rats. Like, I think you have the fucking problem. Like, can we just let men think out loud? Can we just let people discuss things like in like a civilized manner? Like, what is going on with Jordan Peterson? And I know I played a clip of his like a few like months ago, a few episodes ago. It was only because I thought it was like that one clip was interesting, you know? But nothing else he's talking about is really that important for anyone on earth. And that really just goes for the entire sort of like intellectualized side of the internet and podcasts. It's really stupid. Sam Harris, I never listened to Sam Harris. I stopped listening to Brett Weinstein and his freaking brother. I stopped listening to a lot of podcasts. I used to listen to all those like intellectual, quote unquote, intellectual podcasts. Trying to be smart, trying to think about philosophy. Because, you know, we're all philosophizers. And it just came out of fashion for me. It just came out of fashion for myself. And I was, for a moment, I said to myself, am I avoiding, like, smart people? Am I avoiding listening to smart people? Because, like, if you want to be better in life, maybe you should listen to smart people. But no, throughout my experience, I'm here to confidently say that if you want to be successful in life and if you want to be a strong man, if you want to embody masculinity, you need to follow your own route, meaning you need to understand how you interact with the world and you need to actively improve how you interact with the world. You don't need some man to tell you to make your bed. Maybe it was helpful back then, but I'm the one who makes my bed. I'm the one who tells me to make my bed. And I'm the one who chooses to not engage in conversation with name calling and I've like failed, of course, you know, like I've fucked up and whatever, like I've posted weird things online, whatever. But what I'm getting at is the way I see my progression of being a human being is like I'm getting better all the time. Like I'm literally stepping forward into being a better person every single moment. That's literally what I want. That's what I think about myself. And something of an echo was coming out of the mouth of this old Canadian guy. And now what's being splurged is just like absolute vitriol. Vitriol. People still like him because he eats meat. Like he's on the carnivore diet, so somehow he's still relevant. Like, do any research on Jordan Peterson. Like, it's just like, it's really stupid, dude. It's really stupid. And he also claims to be some cultural icon. He also claims to sort of be like all the major media studios are somehow, they make, like, he has like a list of shows that have created villains out of a persona that sounds like him. And it's like, dude, are you really that famous? Are you really that important? Like, maybe to a certain, like, I don't know, dude. I don't know how famous this guy is. I don't know how, I just believe that the way he talks, the way Jordan Peterson talks is not important for humanity right now. And I think he needs to clean up his act. And I'm being real as fuck right now. I really think Jordan Peterson needs to clean up his act and stop speaking downwardly to people. He is literally a part of the problem of hate in the world. He's adding to the problem of discord. He's adding to the discord. Like, you are in such a privileged position to have a media outlet record you in 4K and you want to have conversations about rats and the Nazis and what's okay to say online. Like, holy fucking shit. That is so not what's happening here. Like, he's a part of the Matrix. Like, Jordan Peterson is a part of the Matrix right now. He somehow, like, he was, like, he woke up for a second and then he came back in. And then he dipped back in. He woke up and then he just like stunk back down. Like, what the fuck is his deal, dude? Like, I don't trust him. His entire life, He makes money from being a professor, from working at a school, you know, and playing the game of the universities. And then he's like internet famous, and he has like deals, and now he sells books, and he has enough money to buy suits. Like it's like what are you really doing? What are you really doing with what you have? Don't you realize, like, how can you have so much information about the Bible and you can't realize that humanity is actually in great need of more love? Like, how fucking stupid do you have to be, dude? Like, I will gladly take the fall if I ever sound ignorant in my life. If that ignorance is coming from and speaking to a place of complete love and peace and harmony. These are the things that people need. Love, peace, and harmony. Like, stop creating dysfunction, dude. Just stop. You got, like, I'm 27 years old. The last 7 years, it's been 7 years, Peterson, and you have devolved into some, it's some negative meme. That's what it is, dude. Just some negative meme. Like fucking, it's that meme where Kermit has the black hood. He has the black hood over himself, and he's only talking to himself. That's Jordan Peterson, dude. He's on the fucking dark side. He's in the fucking Matrix. He won't stop wearing suits. He is too worried. He's really worried about a 25-year-old kid who makes money on fucking Rumble. Like, Nick Fuentes makes money on Rumble, dude. Jordan Peterson is afraid of him. He thinks he has influence. Like, I don't know, dude. I can't handle this guy. It makes me think about what Tim Dillon says about boomers. Tim Dillon's always saying how, like, boomers are, like, the most verbal with like how terrible their life is. Even though they're the generation that brought up certain people. I don't know, dude. Like, let's not think about that. Let's think about the answer. What's the answer to Jordan Peterson? Been going on for freaking 17 minutes about this guy. The answer to Jordan Peterson is for the people who used to listen to him to realize that they just need to listen to themselves. And you really just need to develop you need to know what your instinct is, and you need to just act on it. You need to, like, so this is what he used to talk about: how to be a man. To be a man in the world, set a plan and go for it. I'm actively working on this myself. If you want to be a functioning man, then you got to hold your own weight. Like, pick up your shoulders, dude. Like, don't slouch. Don't act like don't put your body in a position where it looks like it's like there's something heavy on it. Look like you're like, stand as if you're able to carry everything. You know, be confident in that. And for some reason, this is like lost. This has been lost within the mind of Jordan Peterson. And it's sort of heartbreaking. A probable solution for you who used to listen to him. What else? Develop your own instinct. Listen to yourself. Just be a critical thinker. Like, just be a critical thinker. Like, the sheer act of critically thinking of anyone, that just a sheer act is good enough. Like, don't follow other men. I think that's what we need to do. I think we need to not stop putting any worship value. We need to stop, like, literally stop following men. And we need to just, like, what's the real answer here, dude? Like, there's no, like no man is going to save you. No man's idea is going to save you. The only idea that will save you is your own. The only thoughts that will bring you to better actions is your own thoughts. The only actions that will bring you to a better life is your own actions. You are the only one in this 3D world that can create a life for yourself. And when you get caught up in the matrix, like Jordan Peterson, you start going after people about ideas as if their ideas affect your ideas. And as we evolve, as humanity and social media evolves, I think it's going to get to a point where everyone will understand that a person has their own thoughts. Like, and though their own thoughts, a person's own thoughts, is actually extremely sacred. And you need to approach them with love if there's an idea that is not full of love, that is not anchored in love. This is important. The media, like, if you're going around and you're getting stressed out about whatever media you're watching, whether it be the news or some podcast, and they're talking about something that might be like dangerous, or it might be scary, or it might be something like I've like stayed away from that, dude. Like, I think the people who position themselves to be on like the good side of politics or the life-affirming side of life, like I think there's some people who are a bit, like, they're still lost. Like, everyone is lost as we move forward in time. Some people are awake to the fact that it's really just about your own personal choices, and it's about peace and love, and every individual choosing peace and love in their own hearts and lives. And that's how we bring in the better world. But people are caught up in dissecting and disenfranchising ideas, which is exactly where every problem in human history begins. So you seriously need to change your tune, Mr. Peterson. I encourage you to. This is coming from a loving place, of course. I don't know, dude. Like, this is... I've never done something like this before, but seeing Peterson on Twitter today really just compelled me to talk about it, because, you know, you want everyone on your side. You don't want any enemies. You don't want, like, I just don't want him to get caught up in something stupid, dude. Like, don't get caught up in stupid shit, you know? Like, a few weeks ago, like, we got one of the people who sent in boostagrams, Joel, you know, he commented on something I shared, and from his point of view, something I shared was connected to the whole Q conspiracy. And his comment made me like a little bit more aware. It's like, okay, yeah, like, maybe I should be more aware of like these influences, and I was able to develop my own ideas. I wasn't trying to follow Joel's entire thing, but I'm thinking about what he's trying to get at, and I was able to develop something. And that's the same thing for whatever Jordan Peterson's talking about, whatever any intellectual is talking about. Every individual is going to have a lot of things to say, and they're going to have very strong opinions and strong emotions, and they can come off as factual. But the purpose of this life is to have confidence in your own thoughts and your own instincts and your own words. You should live with confidence with your own words. And I think that comes just like not speaking downward to anyone in life. Like, I don't understand. Like, I get pissed off at people, but I don't understand how you can be in your 50s or 60s or however old you are, and you're really talking like downward to a 25-year-old. Why? And so the solution to that is for all the 25-year-olds to just, hey man, like, you might not even figure it out when you're 60. So don't even listen to this guy. Don't listen to the guy who can't even figure it out himself. So that only leaves you with you. That only leaves you with you. You know, I didn't really write down any like notes for this. This is really just like just off the top of my head here. What do you think? Do you think Jordan Peterson lost the plot a while ago? Do you think he's like not relevant anymore? Do you still listen to him? Like, he gets good views on his YouTube channel, but that's only because of like the name now, like the brand. He's made a brand. Like, that's how you do it. He made a brand, and then he signed a deal, and now they continue to produce content, and that's how you make a business. So he's smart in that regard, but so is everyone else who makes money online. Tell me what you think about that, dude. Tell me if you see any value in that, because that is like, I think when it comes down to like absorbing people online and actually moving forward as a country and creating America Plus, creating a more beautiful world, like it's not coming from people from the outside. It's not coming from anywhere else outside of you. It's coming from the inside of you. It doesn't matter what message there is. Like, people want to say vote local. People want to say vote in your local elections. People want to say buy locally. People want to say, I don't know, like whatever local statement you can. You know, I'm here to say you need to be loving locally. And loving locally is loving yourself and the people around you. That's the only way. That's the only way. It's not rocket science, folks. It's not rocket science. It's not woo-woo. It's not SpaceX, and it's not some random YouTube spirituality. This is the actual effective philosophy. Love yourself and the people around you, and the world will be better. The world will get better. If you don't do that, then the complete opposite will happen. And I encourage you to choose that light, to choose love. It just needs to happen, dude. It just needs to happen. So that's the value, dude. Okay, let's go into the value for value section, yeah, folks. America Plus is a value for value show. What that means is I present ideas, I bring up conversations that I think are important for the world, and you're able to reciprocate that value with 3 T's: time, talent, and treasure. The treasure is coming from 2 places. PayPal. I got a PayPal for the show if you want to support me via PayPal, via dollars. Or you can send in a boostagram on the fountain.fm app.
Go to value4value.info for more info. Then download the fountain.fm app. It's the best way to support the show.
There's a slew of modern podcast apps that let you send Bitcoin to each other. And Fountain is my favorite one. You get there, they give you a wallet, you can load it up. And it's fairly simple to use, and then you can send me small bits of Bitcoin called Satoshis, and you can attach a message to those things, and then that's called a boostagram, dude. So I'm reading the boostagrams right now. I got one of them. One boostagram is coming in, just a boost, no message, but just a boost is coming in from our friend Frillis at Frillis with the 2,222 sats. Thank you, Frillis, for that. You're the man. And we got a boostagram coming in from at Joel W. This boostagram comes in from the last week's episode. I was talking about gyms. I got this idea for I just have ideas for businesses, dude. Just gyms and combining gyms. And I was talking about combining a gym and a restaurant together. And Joel was commenting on that. And Joel has to say, I like the customized meal restaurant idea, especially the whole real food aspect of it. To hell with smoothies and powders and all that other crap. People think they need to be healthy. Exercise and real food is all they really need.
Boosting is loving.
Yes, sir, Joel, I agree.
Boost.
Okay, let me give you one more, dude.
Boostar.
Joel, thank you so much for that. Yeah, dude. Thank you for liking that idea. People don't need smoothies, right? They just need water. They need water, raw milk, and real ass food. I agree. So I think I'm going to keep that in the back burner, dude. It's going to be a little business idea in my back pocket, dude. If you want to steal it, steal it. I don't care. Just go for it. I think that's a business that can help the world be better, dude. So, and Joel W was the only boostagram of the week. So thank you, Joel W. If you want to be a part of the America Plus community, download Fountain, get a modern podcast app, send in a boostagram. If you like Bitcoin, send me some PayPal. If you want to use that app, it's super important, dude. This is how I'm developing myself, is through value for value. I don't want to sell any courses. I really don't want to sell a book. Am I going to write a book? I don't think so. I really just want to be value for value with the podcast. And having there be an open 2-way street for value exchange is really the most important thing for like producing things online. So, and that also includes just like whatever platform you're on, you know, follow me, like me, share it on whatever platform you're on right now. Like this is just like the way it goes. So if you like what I have to say, if you think I'm funny, if you think I'm entertaining, go for it. Go for it.